I saw that advertisement or announcement before in the beginning of our Mass about that Sister Act show in Pittsburgh this coming August. And I saw that too in Mount St. Peter in the office there. Uh, And when I was reflecting on the readings today, I about following the Lord. I remembered that. I remembered this Sister Act, and I just listened to that song. I will follow Him. Uh, I will not sing. So I would like to quote, I will follow him wherever he may go. And near him, I always be, for nothing can keep me away. He is my destiny. I love him and I'll follow him. It's a very touching praise that in that song that will somehow give us the message of the readings that we have heard in the readings today. The gospel message is about following the Lord. It's about discipleship, about the calling to follow the Lord. And we have heard also some attachments and concerns that will affect us in giving ourselves at the service of the Lord. You know, when we reflect on our following the Lord as people of God, we realize that part of following Christ is sacrifice. And the Lord Himself showed us the way. Remember, the Lord said that I am the way, the truth, and the life. If you look at the life of Christ, He made also this kind of sacrifice in a higher purpose, and that is to save us. Following Christ means submitting everything and everyone to God, to God's will. In the context of discipleship, calling is more than anything else than attainment of peace and meaning which the world cannot give nor take away. So as we reflect on our response to follow the Lord, maybe we can ask the question to ourselves, what are the things which keep us away from the Lord? What are the things that's so hard for us to let go to follow the Lord, or our attachments in life? Is it attachments to work or the pursuit of material things so that you have no more time for God and serve with others for the Lord? Is it dependent to the things like addiction, drinking, or even bad behavior? Is it entanglement in an illicit relation? Or something that we have done like sins that so hard for us to move forward because we are being stuck with that sin? My dear friends, no matter what, the Lord is asking us that out of His grace, out of His love, He's inviting each one of us to follow Him. So we have to try to understand that at times Jesus is going to ask us something that requires sacrifice. At times He is going to demand something difficult, some renunciation of our own desires, even of those which seems to us perfectly good and reasonable. When I was thinking about this, maybe it's easier to choose when it's still very hard to choose between what is good and what is evil. And as people, as believers, we try to do what is good. But sometimes it is harder to choose between what is good and what is the best. When we look at all these things that are being mentioned in the gospel, there's nothing wrong in going back to your family to say goodbye, to bury the dead, which is, you must be respectful. But then, the Lord wanted to emphasize that, yes, these are important in life, but we realize that we do all these things in a higher purpose, and sometimes you have to sacrifice some of it in our lives to serve greater things. Like for example, I know in your ministry, uh, there are things that we have to sacrifice to serve the church, to give ourselves in service to the ministries or to the things that we are doing in the church. Like for example, we have our catechist today, and with the culmination of their classes this summer with the children, they are here with us in the Holy Mass. Well, these children sacrifice going around with this good weather, so to have, to learn more about the Lord. And of course, we have also Dale here, our seminarian. And we are thankful because despite the many choices too that he could be, but he chose to answer as our seminarian to respond to this call of the Lord to priesthood. And all the ministries that we do, my dear friends, realize that we give up something of ourselves and the things that we want to do all these services for the Lord and for the church. So let us try then with God's grace to seek God's will in everything we do. It says, seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added to you. Whatever or whoever we give up for God is never really gone. As a priest, I trust the providence of God that He will take care of the people I love, my family, my friends, and the people I serve. I realize that my calling too, as a priest of the Lord, I am just an instrument of the love of God to share His goodness to you, my brothers and sisters. I like the saying, travel light. That's what discipleship is all about. As long as we have the Lord in our hearts, life becomes light. When I was reviewing my notes, I came across with this. I read many years ago. It says, years ago, life was simple. When Apple and BlackBerry, cell phone, were just fruits. When Yahoo was just an overjoyed reaction. No Facebook, only smiling faces. No Twitter, but tweeting birds. When virus was just a cause of common colds. No matter how the world has changed, we stay and live with Jesus.